Okay. All right. Good evening, leaders. Good evening to everybody who managed to join us here tonight. We love that you are here. And as I was listening to the song before we started, it's Salif Keita, and he talks about Africa. And as Africans in this Zoom today from different countries, I think it's high time we show the world what Africans are all about. It's high time we show other people who do not understand the power of the collective that if we tap into it as network marketers in Africa, good things can come out of this opportunity. So we have been in this business for a while, and today we are here to make sure that we teach most of the people who just joined. We are here tonight to make sure that we are going to teach or share important information with all those new leaders to show them how to navigate their back offices. What is it that they need to do to make sure that they understand the basics? And when we know that when they understand the basics, it's going to be easy for them to run this business effectively and efficiently. So it's high time that Thursdays become sessions where we talk about this, our back office, and we teach people what is it that you need to do. So I'm not alone tonight. I am with Mama Lesego, and I know she has already introduced herself, but I was saying that if you are a leader and you are on this call, but your people are not here, please make sure that you communicate. Please remind them about this session. Let them understand that it is very, very important, because if they are not here today, they might miss one of the most important information that we would share, that we might not even share next week, because there is a lot that we are going to share from now on. So we will give you time while we ask questions to remind your people and make sure that they are here. So Mama Lesego, is there anything that you want to say before we start? Maybe we need to engage our team, people, and ask them, yes, what is it that they are struggling with that we need to focus on today? So guys,
Yeah, no,
today, yes, sorry, Mama Lesego, I just wanted
no,
to
go
say
for
again,
it. Go for it.
I haven't been here in a while, so I'm just gonna talk radio talk. So leaders, it is going to be interactive, and for me and Mama Lesego to know that we have at least met your expectations, we would prefer if you engage with us and you let us know what is your pain point when it comes to the system, so that we know and understand how many people struggle with what, then we can start with that point going forward.
Thank you very much for that, Fetsang. Evening, leaders. Welcome, welcome. And it's so good to see so many of you online with us. As we said, interactive session around back office navigation. I think it's one of those topics that just makes people terrified of our platform, and yet it's probably one of the easiest back offices to navigate that I've come across. So it's going to be an interactive session. I'm going to put on screen the back office so that we can walk through it as you visualize it. I encourage you at home to log into your own personal profiles, especially our newer members who haven't had the chance to activate their profiles, so that as we walk through it, you kind of also play, plug and play in the back end. The best way to get comfortable with the back office is to actually engage with it. So the more you play around the various buttons, the more it stops to feel foreign, the easier it is, and the more you can engage with it. And the more confident you are, the better you can disseminate that information to the rest of your team, and duplication can happen in the correct manner. So I just want to share screen so long, but whilst I do that, as Fetsang said, we'd like to hear from you so that we understand what are the issues that you've been grappling with in as far as the back office is concerned. One, just to make sure expectations are met as we go through the evening, so that we don't miss everything, because we'll compress as much as we can in the time we've got allocated this evening. So maybe if you can type in the chat room what it is that you are concerned about in as far as the back office is concerned. And if I can ask my fellow co-hosts to assist Fetsang and I regarding the waiting room, that would also be useful. Thank you very much. So please do feel free to type in or state what it is that you feel apprehensive about in as far as the back office is concerned. Whilst I shoot it up. Yeah. Okay. So I've put up a profile. Fetsang, please help me to check if there are comments as we co-pilot. Guys, please don't be shy. Otherwise, we don't know as navigators whether we're talking to your pain points or not. So please don't be shy. Do type in. If it's everything, then put in everything. Then we know. It also helps us pitch this session at the right level. So please don't be shy. Do say what it is that you expect out of the session. It just makes it that much more easier to navigate properly. So I'm just going to start on the onset, assuming that a number of members would have joined in the last 2 to 3 months. We've had a lot of people join the business then, approximately 400. Well done to everybody who's helped us achieve that kind of growth. And so you get a login detail, username and password. It ends you here. Then what, I suppose, would be the question that most would ask. The first part to start is under account details. Why? Because one of the first key things that one needs to do in this business is to activate their personal website. So you would go under account details, click on that arrow, which then opens up the section wider. Personal website is the second last arrow under that section, as you can see here. Click on that, and you can see that on this profile, yes, I've already activated the associate website element, but this individual has not loaded their photo yet. So to load your photo, it's as simple as clicking on that plus sign. And it's important because even when associates rank up, you are able to then, or your upliner, or whether it's Russia or whether it's the head office, they are able to then pull your pictures as we do the posters, instead of having to now frantically run around and find pictures of our associates to recognize your achievements. And we want to recognize your achievements, and we want your poster to have your picture on it, because it makes that much more of a difference. So invariably you would go here, you would select where you've saved the picture, whether it's under documents, and you would then go and eventually, let me see, where are my pictures? You would then select the image itself. I don't have a picture handy, so let's do that. JPEG. See what comes up, just for illustrative purposes. Nope. There's an image. It's not mine, but anyway, we'll do it. I can even use this. Then you'll click on upload, because I can delete it afterwards. And there, it's as simple as that. Are we happy with that one? Please give us thumbs up, even if you don't want to comment. A thumbs up is good. So now your profile has your picture loaded. You've ticked on this square that your APL Go website is activated. Why is this important? When you click on the link, it directs them to your affiliate website. When you click on the link, it's linked to your member ID, and you are able to then even have preferred customers buy off your online portal by virtue of you having shared their link, your link with them. Happy? Okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up, so that's good. Then what you would also then proceed to do here, because effectively you are setting up your account, is to put in your WhatsApp number, put in your Facebook link if you want to link your account to your Facebook link or a Facebook page that you would have created. And if you are an Instagrammer, which I'm not, you would also include that. A lot of APL goers are Instagram people. Fetsang, they should put a TikTok one for you and the other TikTok thing. So yeah, you see, I just clicked on that X and it deleted the image. So even if you've inserted the wrong one or you want to change your picture, that's how you would do it, and you repeat the process again. So that's the first step you need to do when you get into your back office. Then there are issues that would come up. If you go through this, you'll see you can go in and put in your address. You click on the plus and follow the process. We've not really focused on this starting, but already it says that you're in South Africa. If they send products, they would send your name is there, and then you can put your address. But remember to change it if you move, because if it's automated and you select the shipping option online, it's automatically then gonna pull up these details when you've put them in. So that's how intelligent our back office actually is. It's among the best I've come across. Then, you know, we get a system generated password. You've got the ability to actually change it to one that you'll remember, because I'm sure none of us remember that automated one. So you'll go in there, you'll put in a password that you can remember, you will confirm that password, and then you'll click on change password. And this is a security feature. Your email at APL Go is a very important security measure. There's no communication that is done from the back office that doesn't go via your email address. So it's important that you make sure that your email, Rory-san, please mute, thank you, that your email address is correct, because should you want to make any amendments to the back office, it will come via your email address, whether it's a link that you need to click on, whether it's your confirmation of your password change, whether it's anything, any communique and verification that happens. In fact, that's also the test check that the application controls that are applied by this portal would use. Then you can put in your personal details or amend them to the extent that they do change. Again, the country you can see is automated. You then click on continue. And here you can put in contact details, access to shopping payments of products with a balance. It's not really material, so I'm not going to want to confuse everyone with this. What's important is the next one, which says continue, because we want to be able to get paid. We want to be able to withdraw our money. You then automatically picks up the name and surname as was done. This part is critical, guys. Date of birth, which needs updating. Interestingly, it's actually, if you look at this, it is automated as the birth date of the company, right? 11/11/2011. That's very interesting. So this still needs to be activated. You'd put in your date of birth. Mine is the 31st of August. I want to clear the year. Those who know. Then you would select what passport class it is. So here you'd put in ID. Yep, let's do that. Then you would put in your ID number. You would put in the state of issue, in this case, country. I'm trying to click on the drop-down menu, it's not working. And then you click on choose file, because you need to upload your ID. It's actually one of the critical steps to follow at the beginning. You click on choose file, you go to where you would have saved your ID in your documents. You would then click on that document. Mina, please help with, and Julia, please help with accepting people. You would click on that document and it will upload in your back office. So I'm not going to do an incorrect one because it's not easy to then delete this one. So just make sure you scan the correct ID, because this goes to Moscow HQ for verification, so that whenever there's any tricky amendments that need to be done relating to a portfolio or a profile, sorry, they can verify by matching your ID to the ID that's already in your back office. So this is a critical element, because it's your second layer of security to the email address. We know that most people don't have their own email addresses. The second check that the company would use to verify that it's really you would be an ID copy, which they will match to the one that's loaded onto this platform. So it's very, very, very important. Then billing address, I suppose it's semantics, it would be your home address. You then click on continue, and then that's the next step in terms of what you need to do. In this case, it's your, because I haven't finished, it's not allowing me to. It would be verification, and then the system will tell you that you've verified or fully verified your profile, and or it will say that your personal information is under review, and once that's finalized, you'll be able to then fully utilize the capabilities of the back office, including transferring your balances among users. As you can see, this one has got a nice 56 euros sitting there that they can utilize. Qualification details, if you're interested, it can then show you. It's also one of those nice features of managing your progress. So this profile is a managing director. This person joined under a diamond package. It shows you how far off you are from your next rank in terms of the smaller leg, or if you're using a more, what is it called? What's the other way of ranking, Fetsang? When it's not your monthly activity, but it's based on upgrades. Yeah, if you're using that one, then you need 75,000 PVs as activity in a month, status upgrades. So it will show you how far off in terms of percentages you are away from your next rank. So it's a nice tool, but with an enhanced website, I'll go back to the main page. You actually have this summarized in your landing page, which is a great thing. We've already done the personal website, and then here is just your settings, which would include your contact details. So if you need to amend them, there they are. Email address, if you need to amend there, you will do it there. Username for authorization, it's your login. If you want to set up more security, you can do a two-factor authentication, which is good in terms of hacking, but because we get paid as a withdrawal, I don't think it's that material. And then this is more around the mobile app, your activation as to what tool you would use. So I wouldn't recommend you fiddle with that much. Those are preset for a reason, except to put in your details correctly there. So I'm gonna pause there and say, are there any questions on that one? Any questions, any comments? Fetsang, we've got a shy class tonight. You on mute, my dear.
I'm muting. Yes, I keep on muting because my 4-year-old is here, so she keeps on screaming, so I don't want to disrupt everybody. But I think leaders shouldn't be shy. We would really appreciate if they can talk, because the more they talk to us, we understand that they are new, the more it will make sense when we explain, because sometimes we could be fast because we've been in the business for 1 year, 7 months. But for somebody who has been in the business for a week or so, we could be very fast and talking gibberish. So we need to understand. If you guys understand, you can ask your questions. We are really going to be patient with you, because we need to make sure that when the session ends, at least there is something that you have grabbed out of this presentation. So that's why Mama Lesego started with the account details, because that's the most important thing that you need to do as soon as you become a member. That's where you need to play and just check around with the system. What is it that you can do? What is it that you cannot do? Lahlani?
Good
Your hand
evening.
is raised. Good evening.
Yes. Yeah, good evening. I think my question was on the one relating to the levels. I wanted clarity regarding the level based on joining versus activity.
Okay.
Okay.
So there are two ways. Good question, Afani. Fetsang, are you happy that I take it, or you want to take this one?
I can take it. If I understood her, she wants to know the difference between the level that you get from a package that you join the business with and the ranking up, right? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
75,000 PVs vis-a-vis the 12,500 PVs.
Oh, that's where okay, we can go back to that one, then I will explain.
Okay. Now I must remember where it is. Qualification details. That's it.
Details, yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. So here, Lahlani, when you want to rank up in our organization, you would rank up based on the PVs that you get on your weak leg. Because remember, as we built the business, you would build your first leg and your second leg. But the leg that is going to pay you and the leg that will help you rank up is the one that would produce the less PVs compared to the other. So in terms of ranking up, when you see here, the first part where it says 0 from 12,500 PVs. So this person, because they joined the business with a diamond package and automatically got the managing director title, the system actually tells you that for you to be a corporate director, firstly, we start here, you need to have 4 managing directors under you. And in terms of the PVs that you need to accumulate, these are the 12,000 PVs in your small league that you need to make for that month. When you manage to do 12,500 PVs and you have these 4 managing directors under you, you will qualify to be a corporate director. But these PVs are the PVs that you would get from the new people who will be joining your team and the people who are currently in your business who will be upgrading. So it's only those 2 activities that would get you there. Meaning if your people maintain, it cannot be here. It's not going to be calculated here. The 12,500 you need to make it from the new people joining and those who have joined who are upgrading. If you cannot do this 12,500 PVs, you can also rank up based on the PVs you would get from your team maintaining. So actually, it gives you 2 ways to plan your qualification. If you know that you have enough people who would maintain, then you can push that maintenance part. But it's hefty because you will now need 75, yes, you will now need 75,000 PVs from the people in your structure who maintained for that month. I hope it's clear. Lahlani?
Are you covered, Lahlani?
I don't know. Maybe because yeah, it's a bit technical. I don't think I understand, but maybe I can take it offside. It's a bit confusing. I understand the 12,500 PV volume in smaller lakes, and you're saying that option or the other option of 75,000 of the organization's activity. So it's either or, not both. But I'm feeling to, yes. And then I'm feeling to, okay, I can differentiate 12,500 from 7,000. But I'm failing to differentiate the smaller lake versus the organization's activity. So
Okay.
I hear you, but I remain confused.
Okay. I think we would need more time with you, yes, because then we need to show you how you differentiate a strong leg and a weaker leg, and how do you differentiate this organizational activity. So they say here organizations activity, but we all know that they mean maintenance. So maybe that's where it's confusing. Yes, it says organizations activity, but they are actually talking about the number of the people who will be maintaining, or the number of PVs you would get from your people maintaining. Akere, when you join the business, we always say, if you are not upgrading, then you would need to maintain to make sure that you keep your business activated, or you keep your account activated. But besides that, you also need to maintain to make sure that you do not forfeit some of the bonuses that the company would pay you. So there are those activities that would then make sure that they get you to a different rank. But I think we will talk more about it when we now teach most of the leaders how to rank up and how to plan their ranking up, because it only makes sense when we get there, when we know that this is the base for you to understand, and from that base, what is it that you need to do to actually get to that point?
Yeah, I think that will help.
Okay, no problem, ma'am. We will make sure that when we get to that one, we unpack it, because the ranking up alone needs it needs time, and it needs somebody who already has a structure as well, for us to show you how do you differentiate and how do you know that it's time for you to rank up based on the PVs that you have received. And if you want to plan it, what is it that you need to do together with your team to do that? Because it would also want us to teach you about setting targets and all of that.
Thanks,
if you are
Fetsang.
happy, yes, if she's happy, then we will make sure that next time when we meet, we talk more about it.
Yeah, I think it's a point to note as a topic to unpack in future. Lahlani did indicate that she's comfortable with that approach.
Okay.
So maybe do you wanna take the shop authorship aspect, or do you wanna take commissions as the next thing? I think take commissions, and also take leaders through where to put in their bank details, because that's important, as it defines where their commissions will be paid to, but also to know how to transfer to other users as well, should that need arise. Thanks.
Okay, I see ID meeting room. You can unmute yourself.
Hi everyone, sorry Fetsang, I don't know why I haven't changed the name, but my question is on the sale. I have joined from Lesotho, so I would like to know, how am I going to order the products? How will they, how am I going to get them if I'm in Lesotho? Am I supposed to use the South African address, or is there any pickup point for our company? Thank you.
Okay. Ooh, okay, I'm glad you asked that question to say, how do you activate? And then in terms of getting the supplements to Lesotho, you can liaise mostly with your upliner, because we cannot courier our supplements to Lesotho at the moment. But when you order, you can use your upliner's address so that the company can courier to them. And maybe she or he can then use PEP or any other way of making sure that you get the supplements. So I know PEP to PEP, they can do that. So she or he can go to PEP and send you the supplements, and you will get them in Lesotho. If that does not happen, which I went to PEP the other day, they said it's possible it can happen. So if maybe they're giving you a runaround, most of the time we use taxis or buses moving from South Africa to Lesotho, and we make arrangements. So there's always a way where we can get the supplements to you, but this is a conversation that you would have to have with your upliner to make sure that you are all sorted.
Okay, Fetsang, I'm having my sister in Fixburg. Is it possible that you can deliver to Fixburg?
Yes, they can do that.
Okay, if so, it will be simple.
It will be simple that way, yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome, ma'am. Mama Lesego, I would love to take that one, but I think maybe let me start with a lot of people maybe who are here are thinking I've joined the company and maybe somebody helped me to register. So how do I, if I'm a member, how do I register my people? And after registering them, how do I activate their account? How do I buy their stock, or how do I help them buy their stock? Then from there, if we still have time, I can go and talk about that one where they need to put in their banking details.
That's fine.
So leaders, when you are in the business, I want to start talking to the ones who are new. When you are in the business, when you log into your back office, the most important thing for you is to know where to go when you want to register your people. So you would be a new member, you have your own login details in your system. When you log in, you will get this landing page. When you are on this page, you want to know how to register somebody. Then you would go, and this is different because some people use their laptops, some people use their phones. So it is totally different, but let me talk to those people who would be using their laptops or their iPads, because this is what you will see compared to somebody who uses their phone. There's something different that they would see and click somewhere to be here or to see what we are seeing now. So if you are using your laptop, you would then come to this page. You look here up until you get to enrollment. When you click on enrollment, it will tell you, or you will see there, it says manual enrollment. You click on manual enrollment, it will give you this information. Now, this happens when maybe the people that you want to register, they do not have smartphones, or they are not comfortable with registering themselves. If you are dealing with those type of people, unfortunately, you will have to register them manually. So the system will need their first name, their last name, or middle name if they have. They will need their contact details and the email address. So whenever you are registering somebody, the most important thing is to know where this person is registering from. The country where this person is important. So if you are registering somebody who is in South Africa, you will leave it there as South Africa, and you know that when it gets to the phone number, you already have the code for South Africa. Some leaders get stuck. They would register somebody in Botswana, but when it gets to this country, it says South Africa. Therefore, it will not take the contact details of somebody who's in Botswana. So you see, when Mama Lesego changes to Botswana, it will give you +267. So whenever you register somebody, just make sure that the country is the right country, and always ask where this person is. When you are done putting their information and their email address, there is this code that is needed. And often you hear leaders saying, where do I put this code? It is there. It says you put the image that you see. And then from there, you would click on, I have carefully read and agreed to the terms and conditions. You scroll up. You can use English as the base, the language that this system is going to communicate with that person that you are registering. If it's an elderly who does not understand English and maybe the person speaks another language, then you can choose the language that you know they will understand better. From choosing that language, you click on Enroll Associate. So it is as simple as that. Once you have done this, then the system will give you a message update to say, congratulations, you have registered somebody. Now, after you have registered that person, you need to let them know that I have registered you. Please check your emails, because there is an email that they will receive from APL Go. So there's 2 emails that they will receive. The first email is for them to confirm that the email address you have used is the right email address. And then when they leave their emails, they come back again into their emails, they will get a second email that gives them their login details. And that's where this process then would end. So if you are a leader, please make sure that after you register your people, engage with them. Let them know that there is an email. Let them know that they need to confirm, and let them know that they need to keep their login details safe, because those are the details that they need to use when they log into their system. Are we clear?
Yeah, and I think that's a brilliant one. I just need to add something else, which is often overlooked. Let's understand also that clicking this box is effectively a legal contract. You're saying you've carefully read and agreed to the terms and conditions specified in the privacy policy. That's a legal document. That's a document of governance in this environment. Limitation of liability document. You need to understand what it is that APL Go says they will or will not take liability for. APL Go's terms of site use, important so that you don't flout company policy and rules and conditions, and the delivery and return policy. So there are 4 documents that you are effectively signing up for. So it's important that perhaps click there, download it. I also just checked the notification email that comes to you, or you can get it later on in your back office. But let's also get into the discipline of understanding what it is that we're signing up for. I think electronically, it's easy to miss it. If you are a leader and you have a lot of people to onboard, or you just eager to get the person onboarded, even if you make a mental note and you advise them, please take time to go back and read what these policies actually entail. That way you can run your business with confidence, understanding exactly what the to-dos and the not to-dos are in this platform. So just something I wanted to highlight, Fetsang. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you for highlighting it, because honestly speaking, we just click on that thing and we continue without reading. And even if you say you will go back, because of the amount of people who are joining and the excitement that we are under, we are quick to, want to know more about the money without reading this. And only when we get in trouble, that's when we ask, where is the policy? I didn't see the policy. So thank you so much for actually mentioning it. So if leaders are happy, because I think this is more important, if most of our leaders know and understand where to get this, how to get it, and how to do it right, I don't think you would have problems with that. So this is the most important thing when you start your business. So after you have registered your people, or you have been registered by someone else, now you want to know, how do I buy stock? Sometimes you might be calling your upliner is not available, or your upliner is still new in the business. They do not know how to use the system themselves. If you are somebody who is quick and you don't have a problem with using the system, then you would log into your system. When you log into this system of yours, and always leaders, please, when you log into the system, if you do not have the link, back office link, always go to Google and say APL Go back office. You will get that, and then you can click on it to make sure that you log into the right back office. Often you hear leaders saying, I see dollars, I see, where am I? Because sometimes they logged into the wrong back office. So ask your leader to send you the back office link, or make sure that you go and Google the right back office for South Africa. When you have that and you log into your system, then you would go, and I'm still talking to people who are using their laptops and their PCs at home. You would go to where it says shop auto ship. Please click on it, Mama Lesego. So this is when you now want to buy your own stock. So you click on shop auto ship. You would go to online store. When you are here, you would see the message above. If you are new, it will tell you welcome. And then you will get a message that says, click here to become an associate, or I would love to be an associate of the company, something like that. Leaders, if you do not click on that, you will always see the price of our supplements will be extremely high, because the system will not recognize that you are on the system as a business partner. So for example, you know, or you have been told that when you buy as a business partner, Grow and maybe GTS, you would buy each for 375. But if you forget to click on that small, you would see it, it's a box that says, I want to become an associate. Grow will cost you 750. So for as long as you see that, if the amount is high, you need to understand that something is wrong. So once you have clicked on that little box, you would find on the type, you would have 3 options. This person does not have 3 options because the person is already a diamond in the business. So you would find auto order, you would find activity, you would find the other one that says status upgrade. Now, because you are new, you want to buy your first stock, you will always focus on status upgrade. You click on it. After clicking on it, you choose whether you want the company to courier your supplements to your place, or if you are closer to where the offices are, you can then say pick up at local distribution center. If you click on shipping address at buyer's expense, it will require your details. So you need to tell the system that they are shipping to you. As you can see, it says Bob Smith. That means if it's me, I will say Fetsang Matlakala, but then I will give them my address. And then once you put all of your information in, you can scroll up, Mama Lesego. At the end, please guys, make sure that you always put your zip or postal code. It is very important. Your phone number as well. Do not miss this part. Because if your phone numbers are not there, how will the courier guy contact you? How will they let you know that they are coming? So some of the leaders make this mistake, and it it takes a while for you to get your supplements because they cannot get hold of you. And then once you put all the information again, comments, you can leave it free, or comments, you can say, call me when you know you are coming, or when you get to the gate, call me. It would depend what your situation is. Then you would click on acceptance of terms as well. And you continue. You can click activity in our case. After clicking continue, then it will take you here. This is where you now need to order your supplements. And I would love to believe that when you get to this point, at least your upliner has told you more about our supplements. You know what ALT does, you know what BRN does, you know what GROW does, because it is very important for you to order things that you are going to use, or supplements that you are going to use, knowing that you are going to give us your testimonials after using them. So you can't buy things that you are not going to use yourself, because then how will you know how our supplements work? So you would click and choose. Please expand it.
I don't know what I did.
Here where it says accumulate essay, expand. Yeah. Go to the right. Under accumulate essay.
Okay,
yes.
Lovely. Thank you.
All right. Yes. So you would choose your supplements. It would depend on the package that you are joining the business with. So when you pick and choose, you need to know that you click on the plus sign if you need GROW. At the bottom of the page, when you click the supplements that you want, the system will calculate for you to show you which package you are actually going to come into the business with. And it will also tell you the amount of money that you are going to spend for the supplements that you have chosen. When you are happy, because our minimum package is 1,500. When you are happy with that, you would then click on continue. And then it will take you to this part. The most important thing, when you are new, you don't have any balance. So you won't see my APL Go balance. You will only see transfer from the bank or pay flex. So you will always choose transfer from the bank when you know you have the funds. If in a case where you don't have the funds and you know maybe you are going to get paid month end, you can choose pay flex. So right now, let me rather encourage the transfer from the bank, because I haven't used PayFlex, so I won't know how to explain it to you. If you choose transfer from the bank, you continue. Then this is the most important information that you are going to get. It will tell you how many supplements you bought, how much you bought them for. It will tell you about our shipping fees, and then the service fee. And you see, if you are happy, please always, before you complete, always click on create invoice. When you click on create invoice, this is what you will see. And this is the most important information as well, because if you did not click on it, you are going to be frustrated. So this is the invoice that APL Go is going to give you. It has information about the company, the banking details. So you know that you are going to now transfer 505 into the APL Go's account. Then where it says reference, you put your order number as reference. or you can put your name, it doesn't matter. But the most important thing is to put your reference as you should put your order number as your reference, because the office, when they capture, it's easy for them to know who this reference number belongs to. So even if you forget to send them your invoice, but they know the reference number, they will know who they are activating. And if you are doing this for your team members, guys, it's important to always send your people invoices. The company does not allow leaders to take money from other leaders so that they can go and, transfer into the APL Go account. And I think if we are all transparent and honest about running our businesses, you will also tell people that I don't need your money. I can help you with your system. I can create an invoice. I will send you an invoice, and you will take your time to transfer the money and forward your proof of payment to the office. So make sure that you do not take money from people, because mistakes can happen. And this is just how you buy your own stock, or this is how you would buy stock for somebody else. I'm not sure if we are clear. I see Latlane's hand again is up.
Yes, thank you.
Me.
I think, yes, I think my first question relates to the shipping cost. To say, yes, at what point do I compare and make a choice whether I add the shipping cost or I exclude them? Does it allow, for example, if I know before the creating the invoice, I'm able to decide that I rather collect or I rather get the delivery. So I think my question is, when do you make a decision to collect or to not collect, but having seen the cost? The second question is relating to you mentioned that it must be for a minimum 1 point something.
Yes.
And I see this example, for example, is 505. Am I understanding well to say that at every point when you make the invoice, it must be totaling at least that 1 point something? So this 505 is just an example for doing an example for presentation now. Thank you.
Okay, yes. So, apologies about that. So the first question that you asked, unfortunately, you cannot see anywhere where you would be able to compare. But from what we have experienced, our shipping cost, I'm not sure if for others it's more than $100, but so far shipping cost for what I've seen, mostly in around South Africa, because that's where we can only ship to, it's $100. So you can make a decision whether you want them to ship to you or you want to collect from the office. I would say that would come with maybe your budget at that moment. If you know that you do not have an extra $100 to spare, then you would say collect from the office, especially when you know also maybe that you would be around that area, or there is a leader who can go and collect for the whole team, and then when you will go and collect from that leader. So a decision would come based on your situation at that moment. But unfortunately, you can't compare the costs. Our system does not allow that. And yes, when you buy as a new member, we understand that we have 6 packages to choose from. So we have a 1,500 package, 3,000, 6,000, 9,000, 27,000, and a 45,000 package. So if you come in and you want to be a distributor, a business partner, you unfortunately need to buy stock worth 1.5 and above, so that the company can recognize you as a full member. If you buy less than 1.5, the system will always say that you are a customer until such time when you buy the package, the minimum package, then your status will change to say promoter or associate or builder, mentor, VIP, or a diamond in the business. And the reason why it allowed us to only go with 500 and something on that invoice, it's because this person has already joined the business. So because they are a diamond, we cannot use status upgrade. So just for example, we used activity, which is another way of buying for people who are now maintaining. But I think we will then talk about it next week when we have another session. But I think the ones that we mentioned today are the ones that are, they are very important for all the new members who join the business, for them to know and understand, and to also make sure that at least you reduce the level of frustration you would most feel. Let me stop there. If I have answered you, please let me know.
Yes, thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
Just thanks, Fetsang. Just to add to that, Lahlani, shipping is a standard rate at 100 rands per order, you'll see there. And then there are service fees that are charged. In terms of areas that are in the outskirts, I think that's the area where we're not certain, but from a system generative perspective, it is 100 rands, unless other leaders want to add a different perspective. I see Julia and Lesedi's hands are up, and then maybe let's take you two first leaders, and then we'll take our lady from Lesotho thereafter. Thanks.
Julia.
Good evening.
Hi, leader.
Hello, leader. All right. So what I wanted to add is to say, I think Lahlani was asking how can she see beforehand. The process that Fetsang just did now, where you get to the end, you haven't paid yet. So you are able to see how much it is. You can decide to cancel that order after seeing how much it is and start another order. So that's the only way you can actually check how much everything will cost altogether. So I just wanted to add that. I think that's what I'm thinking. That's what she wanted to ask, to say, okay, before I pay, because I'm thinking she's thinking by the time she gets to that stage, she's forced to pay that invoice. So you can actually create a new invoice.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think yeah, that's what helped.
Yeah.
You are right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jules.
Lesedi?
Yes, good evening, good evening. I was actually going to add something similar to what Julia's saying. And I think even to the point that if you do confirm your invoice and something should happen that you don't want to proceed with it, it's fine. You're more than welcome to start another order, and that invoice will just sit in the back order for a month and then eventually just be kicked off the system. So yeah, I just wanted to add that as well.
Thanks very
Thank you
much.
so much.
That's helpful. A dear lady from Lesotho, please go for it.
Thank you very much once again. My question relates to the packages. If Fetsang has said for the system to recognize you as a distributor, you have to buy for the minimum of 1.5. So my question is, that package of 1.5, can I choose whatever the products that I need to buy, as long as they make 1.5 or above, they will be considered as a package?
Yes, ma'am. So the nicer thing about our business is that they do not force you to take what you don't want. So you can choose any products that you want. You can even choose, for example, if you are diabetic, you can choose 4 NRMs. So the system allows you to do whatever you want, as long as the package, as long as the supplements you are choosing will amount to 1.5 and above. So they do not restrict you at all.
Okay, Fetsang, thank you. One last question. As we are still learning about the products, am I allowed to ask you or Mom Lesego about the right products for someone who needs to buy from me. Let's say someone is HIV positive, so he or she needs our products. So I'm not sure of the correct product for him. So am I allowed to ask one of you to assist?
Yes, you are allowed to ask. We also have a WhatsApp business group. If you are in the group, before you order, you can just ask, and all the leaders who are there will then make sure that they advise. So GTS has been the one that we sell most for people who are HIV positive, because we also have testimonials from those people who came back to say, then the doctors, after finishing just one box, the doctors or the nurses cannot detect their viruses in their bodies. So that's the one that we have been selling, we have been recommending, but you also have NRM that has HIV in it. So if you don't have GTS, you can recommend NRM and just wait for your person to give you their feedback.
Okay, Fetsang, can I humbly ask you to share the WhatsApp link on the chat box?
Okay, we will do that.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Or maybe as an easier process, perhaps put your number, and maybe leader Mina or Julia can take that down so that we add you to the group.
Yes.
That will be easier.
Okay.
Are there any other questions, leaders? I'm cognizant of time, so I think we'll pause on these aspects that are covered for tonight. But are there any other questions? It's been very interactive. Okay, 3 hands, let's see. There is, Lesedi, is that an old or a new hand?
It's an old hand, sorry.
Okay, thanks, please drop it. And then Mpho, please ask your question.
Hi, leaders. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. I'm also new in the company APL. So my question is, I heard you saying about when you order, there is 3 places where you choose. Where actually I want to concentrate on the upgrading one. So I've joined 1.5. Then my leader said to me, because the stuff which you ordering, they allow you to upgrade. So let's upgrade. So for now, my question is, if I'm ordering, must I still continue on the upgrading part, or must what must I do?
Good
That's
question.
a good question.
Take it, Fetsang.
Yes, that's a very good question. So you must have bought with your 1,500 and you want to come back into the system and buy. So whenever you know that the purchase that you're going to make will exceed the amount that you joined with, or the amount of upgrade. For example, let me try to make it clearer. So you would have joined with 1,500, and you know that to go to the next package, which is a 3,000 package, you only need 1,500, because this is what most of the leaders need to explain to people. For you to upgrade to a 3,000 package, you don't need to pay another 3,000. You will only pay the difference. So if you know that the stock that you're going to buy will be 1.5, then please click on an upgrade. And then you continue. Again, when you are on a 3,000 package and you want to come back and buy stock, and you know that moving from 3,000 to 6,000, you need only 3,000, and you're buying for more than 3,000 or 3,000, then please upgrade. So I would say, I would urge all the leaders to know and understand this part, even if you don't understand it for now, but make sure that your upliner explains it to you, because we have seen people who bought for more than 3,000, but because they did not understand, they chose maintenance. So the best way is to upgrade, because you know that when you are upgrading to a better package, you also stand a chance of getting paid better, because then the percentage of your group bonus will change, unlike when you buy as maintenance. Was that clear?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Anyone? I think I'm enjoying this session.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yes,
I was trying to find a profile that actually isn't at a diamond status for you, but I see there's a hand up. There's no name for that profile. Please ask your question, leader.
Sorry about that. I'm Eliza. I'm in Lesotho too.
Welcome,
Okay.
Elisa. Lesotho in the house.
May you please help us on how to upload the confirmation on the back office? I read that on the invoice, apart from sending it to the upliner. How do I upload it on the back office?
Which confirmation is that?
The bank after paying for the products.
Yeah, so after you've paid for the products, once you've used that reference number, it needs to get to the local office, and how that's done is either via email or the WhatsApp number that we've got, which your upliner would have given you. Why that's important is so that the corporate office can then match your payment to the order on the system, and then it's automatically done in the back, and then they can dispatch your products to you.
Okay,
Because
thank
the
you.
payment you're going to make as per the invoice that Leader Fetsang showed earlier goes directly to the South African office bank account. So the finance department then matches your proof of payment to the invoice, and automatically it's linked in the back office. So you don't need to do anything in the back office. They can then dispatch the products to you, or you
Okay.
collect them, whichever one you've chosen.
All right, thank you very much.
Pleasure. So here are the three options that Fetsang was talking about earlier, and there's the status upgrade option because this profile is not at diamond status yet. Any other questions, leaders? Maybe we give it another 5 minutes or so and then we wrap up.
I think, Mama Lesego, please hold.
You muted.
So I think another thing, yes, I just needed to address something, sorry. I think another thing, if you scroll down,
okay.
Another important thing, sorry, if you scroll up.
Okay.
Another important thing when it comes to the type, our leaders need to understand that auto order is when, let's say you don't want to forget to maintain on the system because maybe you get so busy that you're not sure when you want to maintain and you might miss your maintenance. So when you click on auto order, you actually telling the system and the office that on such day of the month, let's say you choose the 25th, on the 25th of every month, you want the system or the office to send you 2 grows or a grow in NRM, and then you would, I think you give them your banking details there, or if you tell the system that they can take from your back office money. So auto order is only for that. Then the company will make sure that on the 25th of every month, they would send you the supplements that you have requested, and maybe they take money from your back office. And then activity means maintenance. So if you know that you are only buying for less amount than an upgrade, you will always choose activity. Then status upgrade is when you are upgrading to a bigger package. But you need to understand the difference between auto order and that activity. And yes, if you understand this part, then you would know immediately when you go into back office, what is it that you are doing? If you are doing an upgrade, and for example, sometimes you would choose status upgrade, but you choose products that do not amount to your upgrade, the system will always tell you that the product that you have chosen, they do not amount to this. So do not be alarmed and get frustrated. Always remember, if you can, that you chose the wrong purchase. You need to at least choose an activity.
Thanks, Fetsang. I think as we wrap up, maybe let's just go through the chat room. Auselisa, another question? Last one for the day or evening.
Thank you, ma'am. My question is, after buying my products, how am I going to price them to customers?
How are you going to
price them, the selling prices to customers?
Oh,
okay.
So those are set. Once you join the WhatsApp group, we'll share them. We'll share that information again. Even on your back office. In fact, let me see if I can do that quickly. If you go in and you log in as, this one is not logged in, so it should show. You log in as an ordinary person. You'll see here the retail prices. Do you see that? Oh, per product. So out is at 1,125. Retail, and so on and so it goes. Your daily range, which is 8 of the 15 products, retails at 750, gives you 100% profit because you would have bought them at 375. Your premium range, which is ALT, MLS, HRT, ICE, and HPR, retail at 1,125, you would have bought them at 900 rands. Profit margin is about 30% there. And then BTY and BRN are ultra premium range. You buy them at about 1,125, if my memory serves me well, or 1.2, and retail is 1,500.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, so it is on your online portal. If you had logged in, it would then show these as cut off or canceled out, sorry, and then the wholesale price that you buy them at as a distributor. But these are your retail prices to your customers.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
You're
okay,
welcome.
so maybe let's just go through the comments in the chat box to just address any other issues there. Dora, where do you read more to know about the products? Everything you need is in the back office. So guys, please, I encourage you to get on it, especially this aplgo.com, and play around with it. That's where we also started. The only way you're gonna get to know the information quickly is playing around with it. There it is. Under opportunities, you've got who we are, you've got what we do, we've got why we do this, you've got APL Go in the world, how you become an ambassador, any news, any promotions. There's information about the compensation plan, sorry, to your left, and a training system which is still under further development because we've plugged into a company that is Russian-based, and a lot of the material needed to be converted or translated from Russian to English. So not most of it is on the online portal yet. That process is still underway. So a lot of the training systems for the African market happen through platforms such as this one on Zoom. And we're looking on working on in-person sessions so that we can make sure that we capacitate associates quicker. That way you can also duplicate in the correct way. And also we are cognizant of the fact that data is a challenge, load shedding is a challenge. We started at over 40 people on this call. We're now down to 29 because most have been load shed. So it's important that we then make the information as accessible as possible. But these sessions are also recorded so that you can share them with your broader network that they can assimilate later on. And that you also can go back and revisit to the extent that you need to revise anything. The efficient tools here where you can get all the templates around business cards, posters, banners. I mean, this website has thought of every single thing under the sun. If you're wanting information about what's happened in terms of theme parties, events in the organization, the material is there, and all the areas that APL Go has allowed its associates to travel to. That information is also there. So do play around this front end of the portal. And then when you log in, it also then takes you to the back office as an option for you to then navigate, as we've discussed thus far this evening. I hope that helps. We've dealt with Lesotho being in the drop-down menu. Yes, it is. Trainings, Sis Dora, for products, we use the same Zoom portal you joined tonight. You'll see there the posters for all the weekly presentations, thanks to our mentor Natalia, who's made that available. It's updated on a weekly basis, so you already see that the pro product poster for next week is already up. So you click on there, you go to the day's poster, you click on it, it will take you into the Zoom room for that day's meeting. Korea to Val, if you choose a shipment on the portal, it should be 100 rands. If you want to do it yourself, there are variations as Leader Mina has indicated to you. Thank you, Mina, for mending the back end. Much appreciated as well. I think we've dealt with all of them. And if there's anything anyone feels is still pressing that we haven't addressed, please shout now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, and thank you for being such an engaging audience. It's really been a thrill doing this. Any other final questions?
If I may.
Yes, Laklani.
I just want to validate my understanding. So now, if when you are at a lower level, you upgrade to another level, and your last level is diamond. When you reach the diamond, am I right to say you can maintain because you can't go to another level? But when you're at a lower level, you can work towards upgrading. Am I right in that understanding?
That's absolutely correct.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions, leaders, as we wrap up? As we close, I just want to say that there were about 4 or 5 ladies who are really engaging this evening. It's Mental Wellness Month, and as a result, I'm going to be giving each one of you a box of RLX for being such studious students this evening and really making the session as lovely as it's turned out to be. So I'm going to look in the comments, and we had a few who asked questions. iPhone lady, please let us know who you are. Please type your name in the comment section. I'll pick it up. And then thank you so very much to everybody for your participation and for joining in this evening. We will unpack the back office further, part 2, next week. So be sure to also invite more of your team members to join us. Thanks very much. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you so much, leaders.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
you. Good night.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you. Good night. Good night. Bye.
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 Bye, Wewe. Oh, let me stop recording.
Oh, it's too much. It takes away.
Oh boy, wait.